Hi. Hi, everybody. I think we should do our countdown from 10. Maybe that's too
Yeah, because
long
that
of
was
a
really
countdown.
long.
Yeah. Hi there, everybody. Anybody that's on live or coming on live, we are on our new StreamYard, so we can go to Facebook and our YouTube channel live. Hopefully, people will jump on soon. But hi. I'm
Hey,
Jeanette
everyone.
Lindstrom. This is Terry Wilson. We're both artists, and we're doing this talk to kind of share our story of where we've been and what we're learning on our journey of trying to make our art a career. Well, we are making our art a
We
career.
are.
We are doing it, and all of the little things that happen along the way. And this is If This Canvas Could Talk, episode 26. Yeah. And this
We
is
are plugging
only,
right along.
yeah, and this is only our second episode doing it through StreamYard. So we we used to do it on Instagram Live, and now we're doing it through StreamYard, like I said, so we can broadcast both to YouTube and to Facebook. So hopefully anybody that joins us live, if you want to ask us questions, leave comments so that we know you watched or are watching, that would be fantastic. So right
Absolutely.
now, we are going to talk about what's been going on with us lately. And
Yes, I wrote down a couple of things I wanted to touch base on.
okay, well, I am curious about how your print launch went.
The print launch.
Because
So,
we've talked about what print vendor we're going to use. We had a show about that that's on YouTube that you guys can watch that gives all the details of comparing printers, where we ended up going to do our print on demand, and who we picked, and all that good stuff. So Terry did that, and then she started to advertise that she was going to launch prints because that way she has a lower price point on her website. And we talked about
mhm.
price points. So take it away and tell us how it went.
Well, it went. um, we learned a lot from it, or I definitely learned a lot from it. And the biggest thing that I learned from doing a launch is that an email list is incredibly important to launch anything, because stuff like that really gets lost in your social media platforms, right? Because we don't have any control over who sees our content. And so I did start like a week or so, almost 2 weeks before we launched, and I started to put out every couple of days like a little blurb about that prints were coming. And I had a lot of people that were excited about it and commenting and private messaging me. However, when we launched, it kind of was a dud. I mean, if I'm going to be 100% honest, which is what we're on here for, right? I mean, I could tell you it was amazing and hide behind that, but
No.
it really wasn't. And I think that that reason is because nobody saw the content. It's really, I'm still working on, social media and trying to figure that beast out, but it's as soon as you think you have it figured out, they change it. Now we're on to threads. That's a whole other subject that Instagram is doing. And so, you know, I think if I would have had an email address, if I would have sent an email out and I would have had everyone on my email address, it would have been a success. But I don't really think that much people saw it. And the second thing is that I did all of this planning for the pre-launch and building the hype, and I completely forgot about something for the day of. So Saturday morning is when it launched on July 1st, and when I got up to do my post, I was blindsided, honestly, because I was like, I don't have anything to post. And
Oh,
so I had to hurry up and try to make something. I don't even remember what I made to announce that it was live, but it was
uh-huh.
lame. I can tell you that. I mean, compared to what I had done to lead up to it. So I think moving forward, if I did another launch that way, I would launch it out. I would do more of a hype around get on my email list so that you can know when it goes live. And then I would send the email out first, because when I did minis before, I sold almost all of the minis based on the email list. And I should have known that, I should have remembered that going into it, but I didn't. And so email is important. And so now
Do you have an email list, Terry? Do you have one
I
started?
do.
Okay.
I have about 70 people on it.
Okay.
I'd like it to be way juicier than that. And I think that
Yeah.
I could get it to be that if I focused on that more
Yeah.
of, um,
I
well,
have
that's another whole subject, but yeah, I want to build it more.
Yeah, we want to talk about that because I only have about 90 people, and that was between the 2 art fairs that I did. I did a giveaway, and I did free wallpapers that I have.
Oh,
That
yes, I remember that.
also, yep. And also I'm doing my color mixing, my 3rd Saturday color mixing. And
Mhm.
so I've had people, oh, there's hi
Hi,
Bernadette.
Bernie.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
Welcome on.
Um, but I had people joining the email list so that they can get the color list and all the supplies and the color wheel for all the colors that we're going to be mixing. And I think I got a few people that way as well. But you have a good point about it, that we don't have any control over social anymore. So the only way we can control who gets our things is through an email, and that's why everybody that I've talked to, and all the people, all our coaches and stuff, have always said, build your email list, build your email list. But that's not the easiest thing to do either. But I do think that's why going to those fairs that you're doing, even if you're not getting a ton of sales, getting that one-on-one, face-to-face, meeting people,
Yes.
getting them on your email list, that's still a huge point to it. And the other thing I wanted to point out to you is that even though you didn't have a ton of people buying the prints right away, doesn't mean they're not going to come and buy them.
Of
And
course.
by
Yes.
having that available on your website, a lower price point, I think is really important, because then you have your price of your originals, which should be at a good, decent, because they're the only one of a kind.
Right.
And then your prints are where people can try your art if they're not sure, they want to buy something, or they want to do a gift for someone. I think kind of having prints is kind of just a general good thing to do on your website. So you do have lower price pointed items as well
Right.
as your original price points. So
yeah, I'm not disappointed with doing it. I just and I'm not disappointed with the results of I've made a decision in my art journey to just really try very hard not to be disappointed with sales,
perfect.
because the sales will come.
Yep.
It's figuring
We have to
out
fill
how to
ourselves
get
up.
our stuff in front of people, and then the sales will come. So you can't look at it, all of us collectively as artists that are, working on building our businesses, we can't really look at whether or not our success is just based on how much we sell, because there's way too many factors, um, to say that one way will never work. I mean, next time I could do it the same exact way, and like way more people see it, and then it could be successful. There's just too many things that are pulling at it, and pulling the threads out and making it not be this fabric that we want, this perfect fabric. But yeah, I'm all over the place because I have so many thoughts about it. I mean, we could talk about it all day. It's a lot of like building this business to me is so much more of the mental side than anything else, and making sure that no matter what you do, that you're prepared for that you might not sell anything, and
Well,
being okay with that outcome, and know that, right? Yeah, because if
oh my
not,
God.
then you're always going to be disappointed because you're dependent on other people to provide your happiness.
Yeah, that's a big thing that I'm struggling with. Well, I'm not struggling with, because I've given myself permission to know that it doesn't matter, because I'm going to do my paintings regardless.
Yes.
Yes, I do want them to sell, because I don't want to just paint them and then have them sitting in my garage. I would like people to love them and have them in their home and have them make them happy. Like, I want that too, but I'm gonna do it regardless. So, but
Right.
not letting yourself compare and get disappointed if the sales don't happen the way in your mind you want or think it should happen. And
Right.
that is total. It's not easy.
It is not easy, but I think that if we spent time really working on that and getting that under control inside of ourselves, that our journey would be a whole lot happier. In
Mhm.
fact, Tony and I talked this weekend because I had applied a few weeks ago for the fall art
Oh, yeah.
fair, right? And I'll
Yeah.
know on the 17th is when they're going to do the announcements.
Okay.
But I made the decision of like, the first thing that people ask you, of course, is, and especially artists, is because they want to know if they should do it too or how is it working. So they want to know, how much did you sell? And moving forward with the art fair, I am not going to focus on selling anything at all. My whole purpose of being, I mean, if it sells, great, it will. If it's going to, it's going to, right? No matter what. But my focus is going to be on building, like you said earlier, building those connections with prospective collectors that may not purchase in that moment, but by my connection with them and me focusing on trying to work on talking with them, engaging them in a conversation, loving on them, making them feel important, that then they remember me, they put my card aside somewhere so that when they are ready to purchase, I'm the one that they come back to.
Exactly.
And so it's a long game is how we
Yeah.
have to look at it, right? It's a
And
long game.
and a lot of times people say they buy the artist, not the art. So they connect with you on your story,
Yeah.
what you're about, how you are, and they connect with that, and then that makes them want to buy a piece of your art.
And it's also, I've learned that it's how you make them feel. Like in sales, every person has a sign on their neck that says, make me feel important, right? And so when you're making those connections with them, it's way more about how you make them feel versus how they're making you feel, right? A lot of times we feel like we need their validation to make us feel like we're being successful, but it's really more about making them feel like they're the most important person in the booth. And then that leads to sales because they know you, like you, and they trust you based on how you make them feel.
And that's something you can do in person. It's a little bit harder to do that on social.
It is. Except for when you can get them to engage, which I'm still trying to figure that part of social media out, is like, how do you get them to comment and respond back and create a conversation so that you can have that connection,
Yeah.
and people are scrolling so fast that I don't know. I haven't figured it out. When we figure it
Yeah.
out, we will definitely talk about it on here because it's
Right.
not easy.
Well, like Janet Little told us when she was on, she said that she would ask a question that she thinks that she, as an artist or someone that she knows, would want to know the answer to. You ask the question and then you do the video about that. That might be, I think that was a good hint because she did get a lot of people watching her videos. She told us that when she was on.
Yeah, I remember that. My
Yeah.
thought on that goes to it depends on who you're wanting to. The question that you ask is who you're going to gain the follower of, right? So if you're asking art-based questions, you're going to gain artists as followers because
Uh-huh.
they're going to be connected to how we paint, what we use,
Uh-huh.
all those things. It's
Uh-huh.
figuring out what questions can we ask that relate to the collector so
Mm.
that then the collector is engaging with us and they're the ones that are going to purchase our art,
Well,
right?
so then I go back to it's got to be on like an emotional or a personal level.
Yeah, for sure.
And you
For
got to
sure.
share, which I have a hard time sharing on that level.
Yeah, it's not easy. But again, these are things that if we are continually focusing on those things, I think that's what catapults us out into the world of selling
Yeah.
because it helps.
Yeah. Well, these are good points. So all said and done, you have your prints up. You're happy with the quality, amazing quality. You love what you're getting,
100%. Yeah,
and
100%.
you're just going to be there, and you're going to work on your email list. Do you have any ideas for the email list? How you're going to build
Yeah,
it?
actually, I just saw a post that someone did that they did this really fun thing that they did. They are doing a small commission that
Uh-huh.
they're giving away.
Oh,
And it's a
okay.
commission. So it can be personalized to the person. So I think that people will be more interested in that because it's like, oh, it's for me.
Uh-huh.
And they are having them do several things on there, which is like my post, comment,
Uh-huh.
share it,
Uh-huh.
save it, come back on here and comment that done, and then you'll get entered. And then there's a bonus entry if they tag someone, or I forget what it is, but
Okay.
I have it saved. So if anybody's interested, comments on here, and then I'll send it to you. But
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try something like that
Yeah.
and get them to engage in, like, go sign up for my email, for you, go give me your email address so that you know what's happening, because you cannot rely on social media. And I think being honest about that and posting more about, hey, are you on my email address? Don't forget, we don't control social media. You're not seeing my posts, so make sure you're on my email address. And then I have to start actually emailing.
Doing the email. I know. I know. I think I've done 4 or 5 emails and all said and done. But yeah, and Veronica. Hi, Veronica. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
We have a general topic today. We don't have a specific. Next show, we are going to have a guest artist on again. Terry, what is her name?
Lee Morrison Art. So
Yay.
excited.
Okay, Lee Morrison Art is going to be on, and so we're going to talk to her about all the stuff that she's got going on too. But today we're kind of just, oh, hi, Brenda. I'm
Hi,
glad you
Brenda.
guys found us. I'm glad you found us. We're talking about Terry had a print launch where she just added print on demand prints that are high quality giclée prints available on her website. So she has
Yeah.
some lower price point items. So we were talking about that. And then we were talking about how social media is getting harder and harder to get your stuff seen. And we also talked about not worrying about sales, which is easier said than done. And
Yes,
that's
yes,
okay
for
with it.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, okay, my previous career was in sales, and for 24 years, and I was very good at it. And I climbed my way to the top of a very large organization. And I just know that if all you focus on is the sales, one, people are going to run for the hills because no one wants to be sold to. I don't
Right.
want to be sold to. As soon as something sounds salesy, I'm like, peace out. And I've been in sales, right? So we just have to focus on not focusing on the sales. And then I promise you, the sales will follow. They
Yeah.
will. They will. They will. And we'll talk more about that as we go, of course, but they'll come. They'll come.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's scary, but
Yeah.
it's true.
Well, so right now I haven't been painting much at all. I've got this really cool abstract that I'm working on that I don't know if you
That's
can
the
see
one
the
you were talking
texture.
about.
Yeah, I want to add some more. It doesn't have enough contrast. It feels a little bit too bland, so I want to add some darker colors to it. But I just don't have. I haven't had a lot of painting time. I love all the texture on this one though. I wish it would show up. You can't see it. It's so much better in person. But anyways, I've been changing my career, starting something totally new. So I've been a little sidetracked. So um, I haven't been posting as much on Instagram, and so part of me worries because I haven't been posting. What's going to happen? But then the other part is I am starting something totally new. I need to give myself a break. I'll paint when I can. I want to remember that this is about the joy and the happiness that it brings me, and it shouldn't stress me out. So I
Yes.
have to be okay with letting it go and just paint when
I,
I can, post when I can.
yes.
Okay, go. Tell me what your
No,
subject is.
I wrote down to talk about that. About yesterday, we had a quick catch up call that we do once a week. And you said something that so resonated that I wanted to make sure that we brought it up today, which you just did, which is that you said that you finally gave yourself permission to take the time that you needed to do what, to focus on what you need to focus on, to number one, pay for your life, and right, to
Right.
fund you. And
Right.
um you were feeling stressed out because, one, we feel FOMO when we can't do what we see everyone else doing, even when I don't have that, and I'm still feel FOMO when I see other artists doing more than me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm behind, I need to do something. So you giving yourself that permission to take the time that you need as artists, I think that it's important for us to do that, because if it is the long journey, right,
That's
it's
what
for
it
the
is.
long haul. Life has ebbs and flows, and it's not always just perfect, and we have to learn how to be okay with the times that we're not able to create like we want to.
Yeah. Yeah. And just letting it be what it is and not getting too stressed out about it. But
Yes.
I'm saying that and I'm giving myself the grace, but I still, in the back of your mind, you have that comparison and FOMO and all the stuff that goes along with it. So, but
Of
I'm
course.
going to speak the positive, which is I need the grace time, and I definitely will get back at it. I mean, I have these two that I'm working on.
Yes.
I don't, they're not at a point yet where I'm ready to post about them, but yeah. Um, yeah, the other thing is this room that I'm in has a hard time for this whole nother subject, but lighting when I'm actually painting and filming for reels is becoming a little more challenging. I have to figure out a lighting system in here.
I have an idea about that subject,
Okay.
about the lighting when we're recording and we're doing all of these things. So that stressed me out for quite a while. And recently I figured out that my phone has, if I record on my phone, it has filters. And my concern with the filters is, like, when you change the filter, when you use a filter, it can change the colors in your art, right?
Mm.
But I also then reminded myself, okay, but when I'm doing reels, it's not for someone to purchase the art. It's just for them to fall in love with what I'm doing and want to know more. If they
True.
really want to see the correct representation of my art, they'll go to my website to see that. But I think that you can just film however you are and then just put a filter on it that brightens it up, which is all I've been doing. And it's fine. And then you don't have
Yeah.
that stress.
Yeah, mine's a little bit more complicated. See the backlight? See how you see the
Yeah.
shadow of my hand?
Yeah.
So if I have the camera facing the canvas, but my hand is here painting, you're going to get the shadow from the hand.
Though, I will tell you, if I were watching your videos and I saw a shadow of you, I wouldn't think, oh my God, she has a shadow, I'm never watching her again. I'm pretty sure we all make shadows. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like,
I
there's a
know,
gift to
but it,
break.
it messes up what you're feeling.
It really doesn't. That's in your
Well,
brain. I don't think they
that's
care.
that could be the art director coming out in me.
Yes, that
I
is
can't
totally
stand
that.
it. I'm like, oh my God,
Yes.
it's like the light is horrible.
Yeah,
I can't post
it's
this
not
because it's
that
bad light.
serious. You know what I mean? Like, I overcomplicate it, and I was like, I gotta buy this huge lighting set, and I need a new camera, and I need all these things to make it better.
Uh-huh.
But I think that if we can make it with what we've got,
Yeah.
then we show others that they can make it with what they've got too, right?
Yeah, I just don't want people to look at it and like not be able to watch it because it's so frustrating and so distracting. But we'll see. I got to work on it.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out, and then I'll let you know what I did. Whether I put a light up above that shines down, or a light from the sides that shines in, so that wherever my camera is, it's not getting that. But I'll figure it out. But Oh, Bernie said that too. She said people buy the artist as well as the art. That's very true, Bernie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
And
it's so
then,
true. Oh, and she also said she never thought about the filters. Yeah, using the filters on your camera when you edit your video. You can brighten
yeah,
it, lighten it, you can sharpen it, you can do all that stuff so that even if it's filmed not that great, you can make it better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Carrie's right.
And remember I took that class, that whole Instagram class, and I was learning like how to create your brand and your colors
Oh
and your
yeah.
fonts and all that and video quality and all of these things. And I don't know, just recently I've just decided that made my life so complicated to try to
Oh.
be perfect for Instagram and the algorithm that it zapped all of the joy out of what I was doing. And so now I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to record whatever I record. I'm going to freaking make it be short enough. I'm going to put it out there, and whoever wants to watch it will watch it, and whoever doesn't, doesn't. But we just cannot be so bound to that because one, it's going to change tomorrow, you
Right.
know?
I know.
So,
I know. It just used to be so good in the olden days where you could build a natural following without having to worry about an algorithm. And I think that's what people remember. And so it's frustrating for everyone.
I know, I know. And then we have the whole threads thing, which again, I keep bringing that up, but we'll get to that in a second. But Brenda said, unless you are teaching a class, people don't care about the shadow. See? Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay,
agree.
Brenda,
I say
I'm
go
going to do
for
a
it. You
video.
know
And
what?
if
You're
there's,
painting. There's got to be a shadow. Your arm is there. I mean, what do
I know.
people think?
Okay. All right. I'll do it. I'll do
People
it.
that are so critical, we have got to let them stop controlling our brain capacity, right?
Oh, well, it's just I see it and it just stands out so strong to me like it's fresh it's distracting, but I'll do it. I'll try it. I'll post one and if you guys see my post and there's a shadow on it, tell me you like it.
Okay. All right, bet. That is a bet. So everybody that's on here, we're gonna watch Jeanette's stuff, and then when we see a shadow, we're gonna be like, "I see your shadow." But we will tell you the truth. I highly doubt it's gonna be a thing.
Okay.
I
Okay.
highly
We'll
doubt it.
try it. We'll try. Okay.
Yes,
That sounds good.
yes. Thank
Oh,
you, Brenda, for confirming what I'm telling her.
good. Yes. I need to hear it. Need to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I just have to say, every time you do post a video about your process, I absolutely love it. You know, I'm the first one to be like, yay! So
okay.
I
Okay,
just
I
have
will.
fun.
I will. I will. I will. I will. It's just one of those things that was bugging me that I was seeing and I was like, oh, I got to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's also hard when you're painting and you have a shadow.
Well, that I could see for
Yeah.
sure.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out. I use this room because I needed a big wall so I could paint larger. And so I'm just finding different things because I used to just paint on my kitchen table, which has really nice natural light. And it
It
was perfect,
does.
but I couldn't paint large canvases there. So I needed a spot where I could paint larger canvases. So now I'm running into this little issue. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it
Well, who needs a table? Just get rid of it and put an easel in there and call it wonderful. I mean, we
out.
have a table and we like only use it like twice a year.
I could, yeah, just never cook in your kitchen and just use
Yeah. Hey, remember Lorianne, who we've been using as our mentor for the whole
Oh,
print
that's true.
game?
Yeah,
She started in her kitchen at her dining table and built her whole print business from there. So it can be
yeah,
done.
she did. She did.
Yeah. I
I
don't know where
really
they ate, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. They must add another section or area.
uh good one, Brenda. That's a good one. Yeah, it is. Does
Well,
anybody have any questions about anything that we're talking about or anything that we're not talking about that you want to talk about? We can hit
yeah,
it today.
yeah, because we didn't have a real strong subject today, but next time we will have a guest artist on, so we'll have
Yeah.
more to talk about. But also let us know what you think of us doing it this way with doing it on YouTube and live on YouTube and Facebook. If you guys are liking this,
And I
hopefully.
saw Bernie did a post, was it today? I think it's today
Oh yeah,
about the
she's gonna do a sale.
Yeah, that's exciting. So we'll have to hear about how that goes. Of course, we're talking about sales, but that's specifically launching out and you're cleaning out your she shed. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna wish you the best of luck, and I hope you get lots of people on and watching and
Yeah.
purchasing your art.
Yeah. Just have fun with it. Just
Yeah.
have fun. Yeah.
But
That's the most important thing.
either way, it's for the experience of doing it live, showing your stuff. You're gonna learn something regardless. So just by doing it, you're learning, and that's also amazing. So don't
Yeah,
forget that.
because I've never done that before.
Me
We
neither.
learned that, we actually learned that a little bit from when we were with Jessica Hughes, and I actually never buckled down and did it.
I
So
didn't
kudos
either.
to you for putting it out there and doing it that way. So it's
Yay,
just another
Bernadette.
avenue. Yeah.
We wish you the best.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm still learning the comment thing. I think I've done pretty good today
Yeah.
doing it. So,
Yeah.
all right, what else is going on? We have Lee next week, which will be really exciting.
Not next week,
She
2 weeks.
Oh,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'm sorry. Yes, I
Yeah,
always say that, but I mean 2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah, the last Wednesday of
Um,
the month.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. July will be gone
I
already.
know.
That's crazy. No, we just are getting Seattle sun. You can't be. It's going so fast.
Yeah.
Driving me crazy.
Um,
Um,
I'm doing my paint mixing on
on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep,
Yep.
and I think it'll be at I might do I'm not sure the exact time, but I think I'm gonna do it at like 11 or noon. But I gotta
Okay.
check and make sure I'm not working. I don't think I am. I gotta check what time I'm working. But it'll be Saturday, and I'm on the last two opposite colors on the color wheel, and then we would have gone around the whole color
The
wheel.
whole
So
thing.
yeah, so I'm excited about that because next time I'm gonna be starting the primary colors. So like yellow and green make, or blue and yellow make green, and then red and whatever they
Yellow
are.
make
Anyways,
orange. Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
it. So those are the ones I'm going to start next, and then after that, I'll do like even more tertiary colors, and I'm just going to keep working through the color wheel in my sketchbook. So I'm excited about how it's actually looking, and it's fun to go back and flip through it and see all the colors. I actually should show you guys it.
Do you feel like from doing it, because okay,
Mhm.
so this is something that you've wanted to do for a really long time.
Yep.
I have not done it. I said I was going to follow along. I did like one or two, and then I have not.
Yep.
And for the same reasons that I've just never done it, which is not buckling down and doing it. Do you feel that it's helped you to, as you're painting, go, oh, I can make that color? Or like, in what ways
Yes.
do you feel like it's helping you?
It's amazing. So actually, let me go grab it. You talk to them.
Okay.
I'll go grab it and
Okay.
then I'll be quick.
Okay, Bernie, you're going to pop the champagne early. I love it. It's never too early for champagne or cocktails. I'm a cocktail girl. I don't like champagne that much, or wine. I'm not a huge wine. I will drink sweet wine, which they say is the beginning of like your wine drinking days. But do you drink wine, Jeanette?
Not so much since my throat thing. I don't drink as much, but I still love a good cocktail. You know what I'm loving when I feel like a savory is Bloody Mary.
Oh, I love those.
I really
Yeah,
like
they're
Bloody
so
Marys.
good. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so this is the color wheel, and you can get this free download on my links in my bio. But we're doing all the opposite colors, so all the opposites on the color wheel. And I'm doing the last two colors, which is cadmium yellow and ultramarine blue, are the last two colors. But
Mm-hmm.
this is what I'm getting in my sketchbook. So
Oh,
all
wow.
those colors, and that's just from mixing two colors. With I should say though, I'm also mixing it with gray and white.
Yes.
And what I found, what makes it kind of interesting, is what the gray does to the colors. And also, every time you mix a color with the opposite, it goes darker. So you don't always have to add black. You could add the opposite color, and it becomes a richer, prettier, darker version, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
but all these colors that you get mixed with the gray, I mean, it's just fun, and I'm excited. I'm excited about moving on to the primary colors too, and seeing when you start versus now just mixing opposites, going in and mixing colors to actually make other colors.
Yes.
So I'll keep going, but it's been really fun. And I don't have a ton of people watching live, but I have it all on my Instagram page. So you can always go back and start from the beginning if you want, or just pick a couple colors and try it. But it's just, I love just flipping through the sketchbook and looking at colors. I mean, I just think, ooh, I like that color. And then I know
Yeah.
how I made it. It makes it easier to know how you made it.
And I think that over time, you just start to get better and better and better at being able to be like, oh, I need a blush. I
Yep.
need to put these two together.
Yep.
Yeah. Bye, Brenda. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
We're
Okay,
almost
see you
done here
later.
anyway, too.
Yeah, we
So
are.
we'll see ya.
Yeah. Yeah, it's totally true. And I think I will get better, and it's just been fun. I've just been having fun doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How
That's
about
the most
you?
important thing.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing.
What do you have coming up that you want
I'm working on a cactus commission, which is super exciting. I've not done cactuses, and I have to tell you guys something funny. So I showed them to Tony, and of course he was like, I don't see cactuses at all. And then that discouraged me because I was like, what do you mean you don't see cactuses? I totally see cactuses. So yesterday I messaged Jeanette a picture, and she's like, I see cactus.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I'm going to bypass him from now on and just go straight to you because he does not see things. He doesn't see
And
my
they're
flowers.
oh my God, they're so cute.
They are.
They are turning out so freaking cute. It's going to be the cutest painting. I love
I'm
them. I'm
excited.
excited.
I'm very excited too. So I'm just finishing that up and working on another one for my neighbor that's going to go in her living room. And that one is outside of my comfort zone. Why are they always outside of our comfort zones? But I'm learning to embrace it. Yeah.
Because they're commissioned.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning to
And
embrace it. So that one's fun. I've already got some stuff down that I have to paint over.
uh-huh. That's okay. That's
No,
okay.
totally. That's if you would have a year ago when we talked about commissions, I was like, I'm never doing commissions. I don't want to do them. I hate them. They're terrible. Like I just was so overwhelmed by them. And now it's just, I giggle because I'm like, well, gonna paint over that. I just learned that I can paint over and it's
And
okay.
it adds depth.
It does. It
So
totally does. So that
never,
then when you do a painting that it comes out perfect and it doesn't have a lot of layers, you're like, but that looks weird without all the mess that's underneath it. That creates the painting.
it adds that depth. I love it.
That's
I
why
love
we get to charge more for those because there's layers and layers of paint.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
I'm
that's it.
excited.
That's
Yeah,
all I got going
okay, good.
on.
Okay, well, then we are done with episode 26, and we will be back in 2 weeks with our guest artist. And please come back and let your friends and family know. Whoever likes hearing about art stuff, come join us.
Yes, and go to our YouTube and subscribe.
Oh yeah, you gotta subscribe because that'll help us too. Yeah, and then it'll be easier when we go live because then you'll be notified, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. Have a great afternoon. Okay, bye, Tara.
Bye.